Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nene's Crafting Corner and I'm Nene, Janae, whatever you want to call me. I'll answer to just about anything. As my dad used to say, call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner. We've got our whip and chat today. I have some new faces around here, so oh, there's my pen. So welcome to the crazy. I'm just gonna zoom this in a little bit. And again, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. It really truly means a lot to me that you guys take interest in my little life here. And I actually think I just finished this color. We are off to a stellar start. Stellar. So whip and chat, work in progress. Is the whip, and chat, well, I'm gonna just sit and chat with you guys. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but I like to sit and listen to whip and chats while I'm cleaning. Makes me feel not so alone. So that's usually when I listen to my whip and chats, is when I'm doing some cleaning. But anyway, I am working on Cottage by the Lake by Steve Crisp, by Diamond Art Club. Or I guess I should say rendered by Diamond Art Club, licensed to Diamond Art Club. I don't know. And hopefully next week I will have my new pen. I, a while ago, watched a YouTube video on how to make diamond painting pens. Not so I could sell them, but just so that I could have some, I guess, fancier pens. And I like to make stuff, so I bought all the stuff, and bless Tim's heart for being so supportive. He wanted me to start selling them. He's like, if you get good enough, you can start selling them. And I was like, no, I don't want this to become a chore. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you get good at something, making things, people, I don't know, the demand just gets to be too much, and I don't want to put that pressure on myself. But anyway, I'm actually going to grab it so I can show you guys. It's colors, come on, inspired, oh, come on, by this canvas that I'm working on. So the light is kind of weird. It's got browns and greens and yellow, a little bit of yellow. The yellow kind of got lost in the brown and the green. Like, that's a bit of yellow right there. But so I'm just waiting for the shiny resin to finish setting up all the way before I can use it. But yeah, this sits on a little machine that rotates around in a big circle. Meanwhile, each individual one slowly turns, so it like gets evenly coated. Sorry, my light pad is having seizures. I need a new one. But anywho, that's that. And let's just dive into this week, and I will expound where I feel I need to. Last week, I know I mentioned I was having a tough time mentally and emotionally, and I went to work and I cooked my first meal that in weeks, because I haven't had the mental capacity. I've been so unmotivated to do anything anything. Like, it's taking everything in me to, oops, sorry, there, shorts out. It's taking everything in me to just get up and go to work some days. So I cooked my first meal last week. I did in the Instapot. Well, I used the slow cook feature, but I did frozen meatballs and put some barbecue sauce in there, and then water and rice, and let it cook all day. Oh boy, that was delightful. So I'm actually making that again tonight, 1 week later. I did my video. Glad you guys all liked my peed pants story. I still can't believe that happened. Kills me. So I recorded a video. I diamond painted, obviously, while I did my video, but I think I actually diamond painted a little bit more after I did the video. Excuse me while I take a drink of my Diet Coke in my super cute genie cup. It's the handle's his ear, and the lamp's back here. My niece Karen got it for me in Disneyland a few years ago when they went. Let's see, last Thursday I got written here that Tim worked and then he went to cards. And then Friday I worked and I came home and I defrosted some, because I make pizza sauce in, well, not pizza sauce, I guess. I make a marinara in bulk and then I freeze extras. And so I pulled that out and made in the Instapot, with the Instapot feature, well, with the pressure cooker feature. Oh crap, I missed a symbol. I hate that. I made some frozen tortellini and the sauce and some water, and in about 10 minutes, maybe, yeah, I think it was about 10 minutes, it was done. It was beautiful. And then I diamond painted, and I found some videos. It's my new thing. I just barely mentioned when I showed you the pen that I liked. I like to make things, right? I'm very intrigued on how things are made. And I missed that symbol again. I didn't even, like, I was looking for new YouTubers to watch, because I like to find new people to watch. And I happened upon some videos on how people make the wax, like the scented wax and the scented putty for diamond painting. And I know that there was another one of this one. Oh, there it is. It's almost like you have to like unfocus your eyes in order to see it clearly, because it's so confetti heavy. It's like this was ridiculous. But anyway, so I watched some videos on how to make wax, and then I found one on how to make scented putty, and I was like, hey, I have all of those things raring to go. And so I pulled out the supplies that I already had. I watched the video again, and I did it step by step with the video, and I made my very own scented wax. I had some doTERRA essential oil. It's called bergamot, and it's very citrusy. So, not that you guys can smell it, but I just used my blue tack that I already had. And followed the process and made my bergamot wax. Well, sorry, putty, not wax, putty. And bergamot is a bunch of different citrus flavors, and it is supposed to help with stress, tension, and I believe anxiety. So I was like, hey, I need all of those things. I need help with all of those things. So now I have scented putty, and that's actually what is in my pen. I need to refill it. And so, not that you can smell it, but anyway, it was kind of fun to do. And now I've got a decent amount of that scented stuff to last me a while. And oddly enough, like, I'm a big fan of the blue tack in general, like just straight out of the box, straight to use. But I don't know if it's in my head or what, but doing the mixture that it, you know, the process to make it the scented putty or whatever, it was super interesting. But also I feel like it's improved it a little. And like I said, I don't know if it's like the placebo effect or something. I don't know, but I like it. Big fan. Again, not selling it for personal use only, because again, I like to make things. I like to figure out how things work. Moment of silence while I make sure I've got all of this symbol. Yeah, looks like it. So now in a couple of minutes, when I pull out the next color and you hear me go, son of a, I missed it. Even though I took a moment of silence to, well, maybe not a full moment, but to sort through it. Nope, here we are. Anywho. So that was Friday. Super exciting Friday night for me, by the way. And I think Tim went and played cards on Friday. Yeah, he had to have because he wasn't home that night. Then Saturday, on my way home from work on Friday, I got a call from the vet. Jacques was supposed to have an appointment in March, but they had a cancellation, so they had an opening. So I took him to the vet at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m., like dropping him off at the vet at 7 a.m., which in my book is a swear word on Saturday morning, but it's my baby. I do what I have to do for the babies, right? And he is healthy, but they were, okay, how many times can I get interrupted? I don't want to find out. I put my pen somewhere. Oh, there it is. Sorry, my husband was calling me for like the 50th time. Do you guys that are married or in a long-term committed relationship, sorry, I'm trying to burp very quietly. Okay. Those of you in a long-term committed relationship, married, whatever, when your spouse calls you what I'm going to call excessive, because I think before I even started this video, he called me 3 times in 10 minutes. I love the man, but stop it. You know, just shh, stop it. Anyway, I think I'm done with this one too. Guys, what is wrong with me? Oh wait, I know. I keep getting distracted and interrupted. That's what's wrong. Okay. I think I got all this one. Anyway, I pulled out a bunch of colors, or at least what I felt was like a bunch of colors, because I was like, I won't get through all these colors in this one whip and chat. Well, apparently I will. But anyway, I was telling you guys about Jacques. So they tried to give him this stuff called pre-med, which is just something that they give him before the anesthesia. And he was not handling the pre-med very well. Undetermined why. He just wasn't. I don't know if it was his heart or what, but anyway, they did not feel safe putting him under, which is fine. I can appreciate that. Thank you for looking out for my dog's well-being and blah, blah, blah. Poor old man didn't get his teeth cleaned, but he is otherwise healthy. They did say he's got some pretty gnarly teeth that will probably just fall out, which is fine. I mean, he's an old guy. So the vet basically just said that we need to monitor his quality of life, because I did mention warning, I might get a little weepy talking about this. We might have to we're gonna have to put him down probably sooner rather than later, as much as I hate that idea. But I know that it is selfish of me to keep him alive for my selfish reasons. You know, I know that there he is barking. I know that he is in pain, and it's got to be scary and disorienting not knowing where you are, not being able to see. Like, I get it. So I haven't, like, Maddie, my poodle that I put down almost 3 years ago. Maddie told me, and I know that sounds odd, but also she was stubborn, and I don't think she wanted to go, but I could see it. I knew she was ready, but I think she was holding on for me. Even though I told that stubborn broad that it was okay, she could go, I would be okay. Nope. So I had to make the hardest decision of my life, to put my best friend down. So I know I do not make this decision lightly, and clearly it tears at me, just the mere thought of it. But anyway, so Saturday was a bit of an emotional day for me. I'm very sorry if you can hear Jacques in the background. He's naughty. He's not really naughty. He's just probably stuck in a corner somewhere. But anyway, other than that, he's healthy, but if his quality of life goes down much further, we're going to have to just bite the bullet and put him down. And Blue was meant to be an only child. He loved all the attention on Saturday. So I dropped Jacques off at 7 in the morning and did not go pick him up until 4 in the afternoon. Because they wanted to keep him and make sure that he was okay coming off of that pre-med. But yeah, Blue was in heaven. I've got to go check my dinner. Maybe not so many interruptions. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that is the last interruption until I can get this video done, right? Ugh, sorry guys. Ooh. I know it's only like a blip for you, but super annoying to me. Especially when I was having a moment. Anyway, so Jacques is home. He's happy-ish. No, he's happy. He's good. He's happy boy. He is sleeping through the night, thank the Lord. So any thoughts, prayers, good vibes, like that he continues to do so, because I'm telling you, I thought I was being tortured with sleep deprivation. It was awful. Oh, I was a hot mess. So anyway, oh, and then Saturday is when I did my pen. I do them in polymer clay. So I take the basic concept. You should take one of these, you know, regular whatever pens that you get in your kits, and you wrap it in polymer clay and you cook it, right? And then you file it down and sand it down, and you I mean, I guess you don't have to, but I like the shine, and so I bought some resin and mix part A, part B, and then you let it do its thing, right? Cure. Unfortunately, it takes like 5 days for it to feel fully cure. 3 to 5 days. So I'm hoping that I can use that pen by Saturday, because I did a second coat of the resin. Anywho, so I did that pen, and I did diamond painting most of the day just to keep myself occupied. And I started rewatching, laugh if you will, but I don't care. I started rewatching Vampire Diaries. It's my trashy teen drama, okay? Well, I watch a lot of those, like, well, not like a lot, but I loved Dawson's Creek when it was on the air, because I'm that old, and that's not gonna fit there. That's where I learned to love Joshua Jackson, was Dawson's Creek. In fact, I bought a movie called The Skulls simply because Joshua Jackson was in it. Turns out it's a really good movie. It's got Paul Walker in it. I think before his Fast and the Furious days. But anywho, so I watched that whilst I diamond painted and waited for Jackie Boy to come home. Tim worked, of course, and then I did not put any notes on what we did the rest of the day, like that evening. I have no idea. Who knows? We probably just like watched TV or whatever. I don't know. We'll go with we watched TV and then we went to bed. Sunday, went to church services. Tim ended up leaving early to go a pop-up tournament came up, and so he went to the for lack of a better term, the most important part. And then he went and did his pop-up tournament. And then I met with the congregation leader after and asked for some help finding a therapist, because like I mentioned last week, I am not, my mental health is not where I'd like it to be. And to be perfectly honest, it hasn't really been for a long time. Well, no, that's not true. It's slowly, to put this. I am not blaming Tim. If anything, I should really just thank him, because he is forcing me out of my very comfortable and very unhealthy coping mechanisms that I have been doing for years and years and years, like suppressing my feelings. Because of the situation okay, I'm gonna say this, but when I say grow up, I mean like from 14 on. My mother, I love her. I would do anything for my mother. She's my mom, right? And I know that that's like not a thing anymore. Like, and I get it. If parents can damage you beyond, I get it. I personally just don't choose to cut my mother out of my life, because while she did hurt me and damaged me, she was also doing the best that she could with the knowledge that she had. So don't come at me in the comments, okay? If that is how you choose to live your life, that's fine. You do you. It's just not a stance that now, and I'll go into a little bit more detail so you can understand what I'm talking about. But I would agree that there are some circumstances where a line gets crossed. Okay, I do understand that, but I don't feel like the line was crossed with me. At least not in that severity. So I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before that my sister and her 4 children came to live with us when I was 14. Her husband beat her and left her on the side of the road. And drove off, basically never to be seen or heard from again. Well, that's a lie. He always seemed to know when to crop up and just stir the pot emotionally with their oldest. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Anyway, my mother emotionally and mentally abandoned me in favor of this sister. Now, to be very clear, I do not blame my sister. I do not blame her children. Not their fault. And again, my mother was doing the best that she could with the knowledge that she had. She used to actually check me out of school. So I was in 9th grade. And she used to check me out of school to watch the older 3, because the youngest had some special needs. And at the time, they did not know what his diagnosis was. In fact, they didn't find out his actual diagnosis until about 10 or less years ago. Zachary, the youngest, is now, what year are we in? 2023? So he'll be 22 this year. Anyway, so she used to check me out of school. I was just basically the built-in babysitter. My mother emotionally, like I said, emotionally and mentally abandoned me. Plus, never mind the toll it takes on a 14-year-old girl watching her sister walk through the door with a black eye and a fat lip, and the person that said that he was going to love her forever, did this to her. Ooh, I might get a little emotional again, so, warning, sorry. I remember telling my mom some of the struggle. Like, here's an example of when I say she emotionally abandoned me. And again, I'm not looking for input or feedback. Okay, I've made my peace with this, but I still need to properly process it with a therapist, right? Anyway, I told her some struggles that I was going through. As far as, well, I didn't know it at the time, but it was mental illness. I was suicidal. And my mom, I don't remember exactly what was said, and I don't remember exactly telling her that I was suicidal, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And at this time, I was somewhere between 16 and 18 years old, like 16, 17 years old when I told her this. And I remember telling her these issues that I was having because I confided in a teacher, and the teacher told, I mean, not like to any, like, I didn't tell them fully what was going on, but I was telling them I was having struggles. Anyway, they told me to tell my mom would understand, she'd help me through it, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, okay. So I get up the courage to tell my mom what's going on. And I don't remember exactly what she told me, but she did. It was to the effect of, well, your sister and her kids are going through a tough time right now, and they really need our help. And basically just buck up, right? You'll be fine. And so it wasn't until, I don't know, a couple years ago that I realized that taught me that my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, they don't matter. And before you all hop on the comments with your, you do matter, all of that, I appreciate, but I know. And that's just something that I need to process and heal from. Because also what I learned from that was a very unhealthy push. I push my emotions down. I get extremely apologetic for showing any emotion, especially crying. And I don't like to cry in front of people. I don't even like to cry in front of Tim. I will push it down until I can't push anymore and it goes away. And then it all comes out later when I'm alone and I feel safe to show that emotion. And it's not that I don't feel safe with Tim. It's again, it's I don't like to cry in front of people. There has been a handful of times where I've actually cried at work, like my worst dream, like my worst fear come true. It's just very hard for me to show emotion like that. And again, I know that it's not healthy, but well, when you're taught that your feelings don't matter, you tend to hide them. And anyway, the long and the short of it, all of this rambling to just basically say that I talked to our congregation leader, and he's working on helping me get some therapy to work through all of this, because not only do I have all of that baggage with my mom, but I have a bunch of emotional abuse baggage from my ex-husband. Because while he never was really necessarily verbally, well, at the end he was. It was just like weird little comments. Like I still wear my hair pretty short. In fact, I don't think I've ever shown a video or a picture of me with my short hair. But when I first met my friend that cuts my hair, she gave me a really cute asymmetrical A-line, and it was spiky in the back, super short so I could spike it in the back. And my ex-husband, in all of his awesome sensitiveness, his words, not mine, don't come at me, okay? He called them my dyke spikes. And you know what? I actually embraced it. I was like, yeah, I like my hair this way. And it was when I met my friend that cuts my hair that I got a bit of confidence. And because she's like, you really are like awesome. And you need to show the world like how awesome you are. And I got sassy, and I don't think he liked it. He didn't like that I was growing into this person that, you know, could hold their own. So that was the beginning of the end for us, but it is what it is. Whew, this is actually going to be a longer video. I think I'm at 20 minutes left. But anyway, moving on. So anyway, he's going to help me get some therapy, and I told him that I think I want to do some couples therapy with Tim and I, not because we're in a bad place, but more as a preventative. We could be better, you know, just like a tune-up, you know, learn to communicate with each other, right? Well, learn to communicate better with each other, right? Anyway. So I came home from church and I diamond painted and did a little bit of cleaning. And then Monday, I went to work early because I switched shifts with the girl that I work with during the day. So she did my 9 o'clock shift and I did her 7 o'clock shift. And then, so I was off early. And I got pizza, and Tim went and played cards. What symbol am I doing? Oh, okay. Completely forgot what symbol I was doing. And I don't even have a freaking... it's probably time to refill my pen. Anyway, so I might actually put in a picture of my short hair. How I used to style it. I mean, it's still getting cut basically the same way. I just am too unmotivated to shower and dry my hair and style it, really is what it boils down to. I'd rather have the extra, 10 or so minutes in bed. Yay for depression. Anyway, so yeah, I ate pizza and I watched TV. I don't think I diamond painted that day on Monday. Tuesday, again, sorry for the barks. Jacques is a menace to society. If you can even hear him, I don't know if you can. Probably. For a little fella, he's got quite a bark. And then Tuesday, I went to work. I got off an hour early because I had my wax appointment, my legs and my Brazilian. And then I came home and Tim skipped his bowling because I was having a meltdown about everything. Like I said, I had an emotional last week, and it just, remember how I said I push all of my emotions down until they come to a head, and then well, that's what happened. So he stayed home from bowling to take care of me, take care of us, and feel all the feels. And we went out to get, I almost said Chinese, but that's wrong. We went and got some Mexican because I love Mexican food, and I totally missed that symbol a while ago. After we had a nice long talk, and I was feeling better. So anyway, I am feeling a lot better. Not 100%, but definitely a lot better. I'm super excited to find a therapist and start therapy and put down all these heavy bags that I have been carrying around for, well, at this point, literally 20 years. So anyway, let me just quickly finish up this week. And yeah. And then, I guess I just have Wednesday. So yesterday was super fun. We got a huge snowstorm. And usually we get a couple inches in the valley, or, not, when I say the valley, I mean like not the mountains. Because usually when it snows, it like dumps in the mountains, right? Now Blue's barking. Can't win for losing. Also, for a little guy, he's got a big bark, I feel like. Anyway, so we got this huge snowstorm. I think there was like a solid foot of snow on my car. So I could not get out to go to work yesterday. Nobody with my company really could. So we had a snow day. Yay! But boo, because snow sucks. Like, I checked the KSL weather app, because not only does it tell you the weather, but it will tell you the traffic. And so I looked at the traffic, and oh my goodness, like, so many accidents. It was ridiculous. So eventually, throughout the day, I think it was finally in the afternoon, the little parking lot for the condo got plowed, and Tim dug out our cars so that we could go to work today. And yeah, so it was kind of nice after having this little it was not little, I had a big meltdown. After having this meltdown on Tuesday, to be able to just kind of spend the day at home with Tim and the dogs, it was very, very much needed, and it was nice to just be at home with him and our boys. Thankfully, we had a few groceries in the house, so I was able to cook some things, so we didn't have to go out into the yuck. Not that I would have wanted to anyway. So Tim played on his computer. I did diamond painting. Well, actually, that's a lie. So we lounged about in bed in the morning until about, I think, 11. And then I diamond painted, and then he played on his computer. I watched Vampire Diaries. I think I did about 5 or 6 hours of diamond painting, and then he and I did some cleaning around the house. He went and dug out the cars. And then, what did we do that night? It was literally like 24 hours ago and I can't remember. Oh yes, we had some alone time. And then we watched a movie and went to bed. Anyway, so that was my very emotional week, and this is probably going to be a really long whip and chat. So if you stuck around to the end, you are the real heroes. Again, thank you for all of the love and support. And I truly, truly appreciate it. And it means so, so, so much to me. Why is this not picking up? Ugh, I need to fill this back up with more. I need to change out my wax. Ugh. But anyway, I'm just going to close her up. Thank you so much for watching and taking time out of your days to spend, 45 minutes with me. I found that talking about things is helping, which is why I'm very hopeful for the talk therapy and very excited and anxious to get that going. Yeah. So be safe out there if you have inclement weather, like we have. I hate snow. It's the worst. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Be safe. Thank you for all of the love. You guys are the heroes, the real heroes, the unsung heroes of us YouTubers. And I love you. And I will see you guys next week. Hopefully it won't be so heavy. Sorry. Not sorry. I had to get it off my chest. So thanks for listening. And as always, click like, subscribe, and let's be crazy friends together, okay? Bye!